Hi Cancer, welcome to your estranged reading. It is my spread. I made up my own spread for it, and the reading's called Estranged, but it does address the two questions: how do they feel and will they reach out? And to my knowledge, quite a few tarot readers do the how do they feel spread, but one in particular who I'm aware that has had it in her rotation forever is Secret Tarot. So I just want to give a shout out to her and acknowledge that I did see this, and I'm not trying to rip anybody off. Same thing with the other part, that will they reach out. Tyler's Tarot does a he does a spread titled will they reach out, and has done for quite some time. So just wanted to again give credit where credit is due. This is new to my rotation, and I made up my own spread, but just wanted to make that known. All right, so stop by and check them out if you get a chance, if you haven't already. So anyway, this is your estranged reading, Cancerian, and this will be from May 20th through June 19th. And you can also check the description box for everything else about this reading you need to know, as well as the recommend a reader shout outs. I have two. Intuitive Tarot by Scully Sati, and the other one is Intuitive Tarot for Unique Souls. So much love and support to them, and hopefully you get a chance to check them out and show them love and support as well. All right, Cancer. All right, what is on your mind? Oh, good gracious, walking away. That you've been kind of going through it. So this is almost like, you know what, I just can't give to this situation anymore. I gotta go, because you're feeling disconnected and you're disappointed. And you've been stuck on feeling this way for quite some time. Perhaps your person has as well. Yeah, you two weren't connecting, and you two were both kind of in your own bubbles as far as how you felt. Ace of Cups, Page of Wands, Three of Pentacles, Temperance, Seven of Cups. I don't need to go that high. Tower, the World. Ooh, Ten of Swords. Oh boy. Okay. All right. So your person is feeling a lack of hope and connection, and they're pretty resolute on how they feel, Cancerian. Here's the sad thing: is they do love you, but they understand that they indeed, either they need closure or they have accepted that this is final and ending, and but they love you. Wow. They are unattached. This is very similar to, is it Pisces? Was Pisces like this? Yeah, the Three of Pentacles was here also, and the World featured, and the Ten of Swords featured. Anyway, so there is a love there, but something happened to where there's no going back. There's no going back. We got the World and the Ten of Swords here, and there's a lack of faith, a lack of hope, a lack of just connection and stability, which would be hard to love somebody. Maybe that's the way it is now. They feel like they've removed themselves from you in the situation, and they're doing their own thing. They're largely up and running unto themselves now. They're very independent. They might date. They might go on weekend excursions. They might connect with their friends and whatnot, but they are doing their own thing, and they're relying on themselves. They are conflicted about reaching out to you. They've thought about it quite a bit. They go from hurt, sad, anger, confused, wanting to, like, there's all these things that are swirling for them as far as reaching out to you. They do acknowledge that there's an ending, but they also might need closure. There's still a whole heck of a lot of feelings going on here. Okay, look at that Tower. I mean, you could be dealing with a Scorpio or Sagittarius, Taurus. What's this Ace of Cups about? Ace of Cups. You know, I think they thought that you two worked really well together. That it was a good run. That you two these were two people that were very similar and liked doing similar things together and complemented each other very well as far as disposition and behavior and personalities and all that. And you were kind of a dynamic couple, and they really loved that about you as well as loved you. But there's this ending. Either they're feeling like they need closure, or they're just like, yeah, it was a good run. They're looking back on it with fond memories and realizing that you're going to be one of the loves of their life. But this is them moving on. Three of Pentacles. And the reason why I say that it's moving on and not wanting to work things out like teamwork, that sometimes the Three of Pentacles is because we got this ending here. So this is them being largely solitary. And as far as them reaching out, they don't see how you two could come back from what happened. Whatever this is. Goodness. But we've got the Seven of Cups and the Tower. So, yeah, that both of those are sevens, right? Yes? Yes, those are sevens. 2 sevens. News. 3, 4, 5. Oh, sorry, 3, 4, 5. Ace. 2 sevens. 2 fives. That's vigils. So, interesting. So, news and vigils. Maybe one of you is going to hear something from them. Page 10, 5. So 3 fives. 1, 2, 3. 3 fives. Determination. Okay, so they're pretty fixed on. They've been thinking about this for a while, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to reach out. They've been thinking about it for a while, but they won't. There's just, every time they start to do it, they approach it, this happens. This resurfaces for them. However this feels, it resurfaces. Whatever this is, anger, sadness, sorrow, regret, anger, all guilt, whatever this is, it prevents them from reaching out and wanting any kind of reconciliation because something happened that was so dang bad that they don't feel like you can come back from that. We're talking about endings. I think you're going to be the one that either got away or that they will always care for, but they just can't. Whatever happened was to the point where they just feel like, how do we come back from that? We don't. Could be that they think you might be kind of, it's funny because they're going to remember you fondly, right? But they can't see their way through the emotions. They see this as being a final ending, and they just need healing and a break. They need to be moved on and removed from this situation. So this is talking about someone that needs to restore their faith in the dating scene again, that needs to restore their faith and connection in general with other people. This took a toll on them. This did quite a number on them. Look at the angel showing up twice here. Or I'm sorry, the cards about faith showing up twice. So as much as they might want to, they know that reconnecting, it's like, what's the point? And either you just decided to walk away and they're like, okay, oh my gosh, no coming back. Or this has been months in the making and you're finally, even after you've broken up, you're finally like, okay, I need to set this down. I think I'm ready to finally start accepting that it's over, or I'm walking away as well, because it wasn't that great before. You two were kind of not connecting anyway. Maybe at one time there was this really dynamic quality to you two. You were connecting at first, but then it just got to be kind of this disconnect, and one of you wasn't getting your needs met. Maybe both of you weren't. And no matter how good you had it, no matter how solid, stable it was, it's still, something was missing. Something was missing. What's this world about? What's this world about for Cancer? What's this world about? Yeah, it was just time. It was time to go. Time to end things. You two weren't going anywhere. It was stagnant. You weren't connecting anymore. It wasn't this dynamic couple. There's still a love there, but the relationship ran its course. What's this Three of Pentacles? And they might have felt trapped. They might have felt like, okay, I don't know what to do about this. I don't know how to get the love back. I don't know how to keep feeling the same way, but we're just too different. You two weren't connecting anymore. Still a love there. It's almost like they're staying away out of self-preservation. Like they're just like, no, it would not be smart or prudent for me to reach back out to this person to connect with them again. And they wouldn't know how to make it work. They wouldn't know how to work with you. They wouldn't know how to trust again. It's to the point now where they're used to, but they're also preferring the solitude. So it's also that they wouldn't know how to make room for you in their life again. It's gotten to the point now where they just need time and space to heal. And they're still really going through this. So whether it happened a month ago, a year ago, a couple months ago, whatever, there's a lot of emotions that they're still dealing with about this, and they want to do it by themselves. They'd rather handle it internally. They don't want to work through this with anybody, that sort of thing. Nope. This is Seven of Cups about. Yeah, they don't know if they should reach out because they're wondering, what's the point? Is it going to work out? Are brighter days ahead, or are we just going to end up back here disappointed and disconnected? This Tower about. Yep, lack of faith. Complete. What was solid and secure and stable just kind of devolved, and there's all this just like, they're thinking, how could I ever trust this person again? How could I ever trust them? What's this Page about? So a new budding interest, beginning interest, changing. Wow. Interesting. What else? Page, death, what else? That could be Scorpio. So we've got endings here. Wow. This could be that this could be that there's an element of grudge holding too, that they feel like there's kind of an immaturity, that someone couldn't let go of the past. They couldn't forgive and forget. They couldn't let go of things. There was a pettiness there. And this Ten of Swords about for Cancer? What's this Ten of Swords about for Cancer? Maybe it was codependent. Maybe this relationship was codependent. Maybe it was just that someone, it feels like there's a real betrayal here, because somebody thought something was solid, safe, steady, and secure, and then it's like the rug got pulled out from under them, and they're having a real problem being able to be open or trusting anybody else because they thought they had such a fit with you. We got the Queen of Wands and the Sun here. That's about a very dynamic, well-suited partnership that where just the sky's the limit, and you really enjoy each other's company, and the relationship is thriving until it wasn't. And that's the part that they can't seem to get over, is all of a sudden, like, their faith is shattered, their trust, their security, whatever. That's why they want to be by themselves, because they're still very much trying to process this, and they can't. It's like, how am I going to trust anybody after this? Well, they might want to blame you, like, well, they're just immature and they're demanding and they need to change and they need to, have closure with the past, whatever's haunting them. They need to get over stuff. They hold grudges. That's only a small part of it. They're just trying to hang their hat on something. Everybody's like that. Everybody has a hard time getting over things, depending on what it is, unique to each person. But wow. So Cancer, if you're hoping they'll reach out, they're not. But it doesn't look like you're too upset about it either, because it looks like you're progressing and walking away as well. But if you wanted to show up to find out how they felt and are they thinking about you, yes. There's still a love there and they miss what they had with you, but as far as something happened to where it's not this anymore, it's this. It's a complete lack of faith in how the hell would this work out. They might want to reach out. They revisit it constantly, like, should I? But they're not going to. Because no good could come. That way madness lies. Because they do in that rush of emotion and that feeling like, hi. And then all of a sudden, oh my God, what have I done? Because I'm not going to be able to trust this person again. There was like some kind of fatal wound. I mean, you got the World and the Ten of Swords. So there's some kind of betrayal that they just feel like, oh, we can't come back from this. And we got the Angel here, which means like I need a restoration of faith and healing, and I need to be balanced out, and I need my world to stabilize. I need security, stability, and order brought back in, and I need to heal from this. What else for Cancerian? Got the Fox and the Broom. Sometimes it's called the Whip or the Birch. So this would suggest that there was dishonesty and that things were not on the up and up, that things might have been mentally abusive. I gotta tell you, I don't feel that way. I don't feel like that's what it is. I just think that there was a real connection and a fit here until there wasn't, and the dissolution of that or the devolving of that has really really bothered this person. It could be, though, with this right here, the downside of Temperance is extreme mood swings and instability. So it could be, if we're talking about this right here, this is somebody that is duplicitous, that is a master manipulator, that is very cunning, and that somebody that has ulterior motives and could be using and manipulating someone else for their own benefit and gain. So this could be suggesting some sort of abuse in the relationship. So it could be that the reason why they need to heal is because they feel like they were really kind of taken advantage of in this relationship, and that somebody has issues. That could be the thing that they're just like, you know what, there's no coming back from this, because whatever it is out of their hands. Well, you might have had a lot of fun together and there was like this phenomenal connection. They're also, if this was reversed, the downside of Temperance is instability and imbalance. So while it might have been like a wild ride and a lot of fun in the beginning, eventually you need stability and balance to round that out. And then maybe that's where the problem started, is when things stopped being fun and connected and adventurous, and they got really boring and then disconnected. And then the instability and the imbalance set in. Because this right here, sometimes this is about mood disorder, mental illness, or mental issues, bipolar, histrionic issues, things like that. So could be talking about balance, balancing out mental health, mental situations, things like that. That could have been one of the reasons why it was like, well, I gotta go. I gotta be strategic about my own future and end things, because it's not what it once was here. There's a profound lack of stability. They're still confused about what the hell happened and yet how it would work, and yet they still love you. So, wow. Okay. Cancer, I hope this was helpful. It's kind of layered. They still love you. There's a lot of confusion because they also feel like they can't trust you, and there's no good can come of them reconnecting with you, and yet round and round they go. 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, Tower, Temperance. Keep thinking about it. I think they do feel manipulated. I think they do feel like and that's probably what they're trying to dismantle or figure out. But I think they feel that there was some dishonesty. We got the Fox, and we got 10 of Swords here, betrayal. Okay. Not saying it's true or not, just saying that they're laying that at your feet there. Maybe that's why they're so resolute. Maybe that's why they're just like so stuck on how they feel, like firmly, like I might be confused, but I am not. No, we're ended. We're done. We are done. because they feel like they were manipulated. And again, in extreme cases, this could be abuse. This could be abusive abuse, which would explain, I mean, taken to extreme levels, it would explain the excitement and the euphoria and the adventure, that connection, and then all of a sudden it got weird, and then it's like, nope, I need to get the hell out of Dodge and make strategic decisions for my future, and it is done, and what I thought was thriving is not, and I need to heal from this because it was codependent, and I thought you loved me and protected me, and you didn't. Could be that. Okay, stopping here. I appreciate you for hanging with me, and I didn't do a confirmation card, so there's that. Hold on a minute. What does Cancerian need to know? This is layered. This is very layered because they're not. They're just, there's a lot of. I'm surprised the moon didn't show up, but they're very okay, that bounced. Chariot, reverse no less. So not moving forward, not working things out, not being on the same page. Kind of what I was just talking about. Things were fine until they weren't. Not wanting forward movement. This right here could be aggression, which could have been what this is to abuse. The whip sometimes, or the birch or the broom sometimes is about abuse, an abusive situation. All right, what else for Cancerian? Ten of Pentacles. Tens are completion. So this could be the end of stability. Like this is you just needing to concentrate on your own security right now because there is a disconnect with the person. We had a 5 of Pentacles here, and we got 10. This is about you just being worried about your own backyard, your own place, your own space right now, just yourself. This is not about you reconnecting with them either. We got the Chariot reverse. This is Cancerian. Also, this card could be, if we're looking at tarot cards, this is Cancerian. So this is about you not you concentrating on your own security and stability, not reconnecting, not moving forward with this person, no forward movement with that person. Things are as they should be, even though you're still on each other's minds. All right. I hope this was helpful, and I'm this whip right here, it kind of has me a little worried. So it kind of puts a new spin on things. So I do wish you both healing. I hope you're both getting the time and space you need from this situation. All right. I wish you luck, and I hope to see you in the next reading. You take care, okay?